Happy Halloween, everybody. Today is actually October 31st. I finished my front yard yesterday, and so I wanted to make a video to just show some simple ideas of how to beautify your yard here in the desert that doesn't require a lot of water and isn't too expensive. This will be a little different than the other episodes that we usually show on our channel, but I'm still excited to do it. And so the beginning of the video will be more of an overview of the different plants that I chose, just to give you a quick way to go through if you're looking for ideas, and then I'll spend a few more minutes talking about why I chose each plant. And so the first thing you'll probably notice is that we have the same bush going all the way around, and this is the Arizona yellow bell. It goes all the way around over there as well. And the intent with this is to create a hedge for the yard. There, the little shrub is a Mexican petunia with the purple flowers there, and then we have a Raywood ash. In the back I have 3 roses. I have space for 5, but I'm still looking for the other 2. And so we have a Tropicana, a Mr. Lincoln, and a Mirandy rose. And then I'm hoping to get a nice white one, and then either a multicolored one or a pink one. And then there you can see the jack-o'-lantern that we carved last night. And then that jack-o'-lantern I made out of plywood and a jigsaw, and then I just threw some orange lights on it, and it actually does connect to that electrical box down there when it's nighttime. And so we'll have that ready for tonight, being Halloween. Okay, over here we have more of the hedges we talked about, and then we have a Lantana, and then we have a Royal Poinciana, and then all the way in the back, we'll see if we can get a better view. This first one is a blue Plumbago, and then we have another Mexican petunia, and then a Cape honeysuckle. We also added in electrical boxes for Christmas lights, and so you can see I have one there, and then one there, and then one up there. And so we're able to get the lights up on the roof, and then also to have a straight line of lights once the hedge comes in. And I try to do it with as few boxes as I could. And you can see that the paint is a little miscolored. We put the box that controls the water into the garage. It used to be out there where the paint is, and that was just to protect it from the sun so it would last a little bit longer. Okay, so let's talk about the different plants. So these 3 right here, well, actually first let's start off. This is zone 9, which is very important when you're choosing your plants. And also the house faces east. Let me show you. So that's the sunrise over there. It's actually kind of cloudy this morning, which is rare for us. Usually it's sunny by this point, and I was hoping to get better light, but this still works. And so these 2 do pretty well in the heat. You can put them pretty much anywhere except probably on the north side of your house, and they'll do fine. And so I'm not too worried about those. The blue Plumbago has beautiful blue flowers, and it does best on the eastern side of the house. And so I'm hoping that this fence here will give it the afternoon shade that it needs. It's still kind of a toss-up whether or not it's going to survive, but we're giving it a shot, and we're hoping for the best. Okay, these Arizona yellow bells, I read that they're native to this area, but I've never actually seen them out in the desert, and I do a lot of hiking, so I don't know, maybe they're in certain washes or something. But either way, they're really well adapted to the heat, and they don't use a lot of water. And as you can see, they have these beautiful yellow blossoms. And so I'm really excited about those. I got the idea to build a hedge when I was actually in Middleton Place in South Carolina. And so what I'm hoping is to create a barrier between the house and the street for when my children are out here playing. And then it's also going to create a beautiful backdrop to take pictures, as I love taking pictures. And so when I'm taking pictures of my children, they'll have that. And then before my daughter was born, I decided that I wanted to surround her with beauty. And so that's what these will help achieve, to go along with how we've decorated her room and everything else. The Lantana, this is the purple variety, and so it tends to provide more of a ground cover, and so I'm hoping that it just takes over that whole area there and just makes it really nice to kind of offset the yellow that we have throughout the yard. The Royal Poinciana is actually a zone 10 tree, and so on the coldest nights here in Phoenix I will have to cover it And so we'll just throw a blanket or some sheets over that stake there, and it will cover it. But if you actually look it up, it's considered one of the most beautiful trees in the world. And I'm really excited about this one. It has a really big spread, so it should cover this whole yard really well. I believe the spread is over 40 feet. And so just imagine 20 feet in each direction. It'll give us nice shade for in the summer. It'll shade the house and then just make this area look really nice. And so I'm excited about that. But yeah, I can't wait for the hedge to come in. I picture just setting up a little table or something out there, and then you have that one in bloom, and then as well as these in bloom, and just having a nice place to either sit and read or have lunch or whatever it is that we want to do. And so I'm really excited about that. Okay, so this side, we'll start with the Raywood ash. The Raywood ash doesn't get too big, and so I think it'll fit in this space really well. It also provides nice fall color, kind of a burgundy or a purplish tint to it. And so I'm looking forward to that. Here in the Phoenix area, we don't start seeing those colors until around Thanksgiving or even into December. And so that's why it's still green even though it's October 31st. The Mexican petunia, same thing as the lantana. They tend to take over the area. And so I'm hoping that it just grows, just take it over. I got the idea of that from a jackrabbit and buckeye, or I got that wrong, from a nursery in Buckeye on Jackrabbit Road. I think it's actually called Jackrabbit Nursery. And they had them all surrounded. I'm going to try and do it with just one bush and see what happens. The roses are getting true eastern exposure over there from the house. And I think that's going to give them the best chance to survive here in the heat, as well as to really look nice. Of course, only one of them's in bloom right now, but yeah, they look really good. As I mentioned, we have the electrical that will be for the Christmas lights, and then there's one up there as well. You can't see it from this angle, but it's on the other side. To make all this happen, we rented a trencher so that we could put the PVC into the ground, and you can see the little sprinkler head there, and it just shoots the water onto the trees and the bushes. And then on the other side I actually used the bubbler type, because I was able to get that closer to the bush where these were more of a shot. And then while we had the trenches dug, that's when I put in the conduit to get the electrical in there. And I say I, but it was really my dad and myself. We both worked on this for a few Saturdays. We started in September and we just finished, and so I'm excited to have a day where I'm not working in the yard. And so here's one more shot of it. Can't think of anything else relevant for now. I guess we can talk about plants. So I talked about doing a table and everything out here. Once the bushes get bigger and I have microclimates, then I'm thinking of maybe a flower garden, here in the corner or something, to kind of just spice it up a little bit. I'll have to expand out the PVC, but that's no big deal. And then I'll show the backyard when it's ready. Right now it's just dirt with a few trees. It'll probably be around spring, because that's when I'm planning to plant the grass, and hopefully by then have all of my shrubs and everything. And I've had trouble finding the ones that I want at the nursery, so we're holding off on that. But yeah, here's my yard. Thank you for watching. I hope this gave you some good ideas of at least one plant that you can put in your yard, and yeah, just have a lot of fun with it. I've really enjoyed this process so far, and we'll see what we can get out of it. One more time, happy Halloween. Everybody be safe out there, and have a good day.